What's up, everybody? Reed Wallach, host of the Early Read and a Rithmm partner, here to get you set for week 8 in college football with a few winners, hopefully 2-1 last week. Few winners, hopefully, with my pressure run model created using Rithmm's AI-generated sports betting model. We're going to use my pressure run rate model. Here are a few bets that are already locked in on open early in the week. You can see a few. I'm going to break down 3. We're going to do 2 totals, which have been very good to us, and we're going to bet an underdog in this one. Let's start right here. Old Dominion, Texas State, under 62.5. We took the under last week with Texas State, Arkansas State. Similar kind of handicap to this one. Let's go through it here with over to the research tab. Just very simple here. These are 2 havoc-minded defenses. They both want to get to the quarterback. I'm scrolling over here. I'm going to use the Rithmm stat sheet and take off the power conference filter. These are 2 Sunbelt teams. And let's go right down here. Not too far, because tackles for loss, 20th for Texas State, 33rd for Old Dominion. 2 teams that can really get to the quarterback. You want to look at quarterback hit rate as well. These are 2 defenses that are among the best in the Sun Belt. Look, right here we got, where are they? Texas State. There they are. Texas State, 3rd. Team that gets to the quarterback very, very well. I think Texas State could cause some havoc here. ODU, defensive line is their strength all season long. I think that this is setting up for an under game. Again, pace is really helping both teams get line like this, but they aren't really getting into the 60s all that much. You look last week, ODU 21-14 against Georgia State. Last week, Texas State, they romped Arkansas State 40-9. I think this game stays under the total here. Next up, let's go back to the Rithmm page here, and we got Baylor plus 6.5. Rithmm model projecting Baylor plus 4.2. I completely agree. Texas Tech, team you like betting as an underdog, but you don't necessarily like backing as a favorite when needing to get margin. And a lot of that has to do with their inability to get stops and Baylor's ability to really keep this one on the ground and stay within earshot. Go over to Texas Tech, their tackle for loss rate and their inability to get into the backfield. I'm going to use a power conference filter. You can take it off. It's going to show a similar thing here. You go to the bottom, Texas Tech, 63rd amongst Power 4 teams. There's only 69 qualified. Baylor's defense leaves a little bit to be desired in some places, but overall, this defense, Dave Aranda's getting the best out of his players. Right around the Power 4 average, 25th in terms of tackles for loss. Look over at QBR, especially since going to Sawyer Robertson midway through the season. There is some Daquan Finn baked into this QBR rating. But if you go over here, Baylor, 45th. It's not stellar, I'd say, but that's like about national average when you take out the power conference filter. And the gap isn't all that much between Baylor at 45th and Texas Tech at 34th. Really small gap there. So Baylor, pretty considerable underdog here, off a bye. Both teams off a bye. I think Baylor can keep this one close at 6.5. And last up here, another big total that we're going to be going against is Memphis, North Texas. We're going to take the under in this one, as I'll pull up the Rithmm generated number here. We are going to go North Texas, Memphis, under 66.5. Models projecting 65.7 points. So right underneath that, capturing a key number of 65 here. And simply put, I just think this Memphis defense could give North Texas absolute hell. The Memphis defense overall, I think against elite teams might not be up to snuff, but I think as a big favorite, their ability to get to the quarterback and get to Chandler Morris is really going to make an impact here. Go over to quarterback hits, take off that power conference filter. There's Memphis, 32nd. TFLs, they're going to come in right around the same, 34th. I think they're going to be able to get to the backfield. This Memphis offense hasn't necessarily been running it up as much as you'd think when you think to prior Memphis teams. North Texas, bad defense, but they could give up high 30s, 40 points, and this could still go under the total with Memphis defense leading the way. So there you have it. You got Memphis under 66.5. You got Texas State, Old Dominion under 62.5. And you got Baylor plus 6.5 against Texas Tech. They're your bets. Good luck this weekend. We'll be back next week for week 9 betting previews.